OK Computer seems to be more popular than ever now. An album released in 1997 hitting a peak in popularity 28 years later is insane, but honestly, hell yeah. If there's an album that deserves to make a comeback, it has to be OK Computer, especially in this day and age where the lyrical theme of the album feels more relevant than ever. Having sold 8 million copies, it's easy to think that everybody and their grandma know about this album, but being a late 90s album, it finds itself in an awkward position where it isn't considered old school, but not modern either, meaning that there's an older and new generation that probably don't know much about the album. That's why this comeback of sorts is so special. Although the comeback seems to come from a million of sad TikTok edits, as long as people reunite, or even better, hear this album for the first time, it's definitely a win. Putting into words what makes this album so special is complicated, especially because its influence is so vast, it may initially feel like you've heard this album 1,000 times, but if you pay attention, you'll realize this is something else. The lyrics are filled with emotion, the scenarios described throughout the whole album were seen as dystopian back then, but now being so disturbingly similar to today's world, it's hard not to label Tom as some sort of prophet. The instrumentation combines rock elements with electronic sounds and dreamy decorations, providing a musical representation of the conflict between technology and humanity laid out throughout the whole album. Though Tom has confirmed multiple times that there is no lyrical narrative connecting the songs, his philosophy is so perfectly depicted in every song that there's a clear sense of continuity that makes the album feel like a movie. Once again, it's really hard to accurately explain the magic of this album, but if I had to, I would say that all the elements in the album, from the instrumental lineup to the performances to the lyrics, represent a struggle I think everyone can relate to. Living in a world where technology has taken over, feeding our brains information 24/7, everything feels automatic, there's less and less humanity in the products we consume, we're told what to do, how to feel, the life we're supposed to live. But even then, our humanity remains intact, we continue to feel, to struggle, and continue to create. We use technology to make beautiful things as a part of a cycle of endless growth. Cycle that this album captured so vividly, it managed to resonate with multiple generations, and it'll probably continue to do so for many more years.